and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to the Best Phone Plans podcast. Yes, we're running a touch behind schedule today. Dennis is actually working on an epic gaming PC build that we've talked about and shared on the Patreon exclusive live show that happens after the podcast. That build is coming together today, right now, immediately before the show. I think Dennis was hoping to have it ready before the show. In fact, he sent me a picture of him getting it set up. It's not ready yet. And so we're waiting on that. So that's kind of the situation. But for the time being, I wanted to hop in here and say hello to you all and welcome you to the 88th ever episode of the Best Phone Plans podcast. And I figured while we're here, maybe we can do a sticker switch. You can tell me what plan you're on and if you should switch to a new plan. We could also talk Pixel 7 Pro, iPhone 14 deals, really whatever you want. I figured we'll turn this into like a live hangout as we're waiting for our co-host Dennis to join the show. But yeah, it should be pretty good. Let me just pull this up on the actual live stream. My channel. Here we go. Now we're live. We can welcome everyone. We've got a lot of people here. We got Black Diamond. We've got Jeremy, Jamie, Fitzan King. Welcome. Chuck Luke, Licio, Nadim, Jonathan, welcome. Mark, great to see you here. We got two Marks. Eduardo, always great having Eduardo here. Boost Infinite will be better than Straight Talk. Day number one predictions. Oh, Eduardo, I like it. That is a hot take. Yeah. Daniel, I've heard the same thing. Straight Talk, pretty good value in terms of plans. Customer service needs some work. I'm going with Chuck Luke, 50 gigabytes of priority data. I kind of missed the conversation thread there, so we'll go in. Young Dro. The comment is not in the back end. Oh, here it is. Yes. Thoughts on the new Spectrum Wi-Fi mobile $50 combination. That will be coming up very soon. That is a main topic for the show. Initial reactions are... Oh, thank you, Darian, for subscribing. Initial reactions are very good, very competitive, but there's one big thing we're not talking about. All the headlines are advertising exactly as you said, $50, unlimited data, and you get your home Wi-Fi. But what happens after the first year, right? Because that is a 1-year promo. And I think there could be some sticker shock after that first year intro pricing. So that's all something to walk out on. Yeah. 12-month promo. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, we got Brian, sticker switch. T-Mobile simple choice, $130 for 4 lines. Look, Brian, I'm going to be honest with you. My recollection is that T-Mobile simple choice is a fantastic plan. If Dennis were here, I know he's getting set up behind the scenes right now. Oh, nope, someone else is calling me. Dennis would say to stick with simple choice. And I don't know if I can bookmark this and get back to you, but I think I would stick. Kyle saying, hey, Kyle, great to have you here. Little Tech Kid, Verizon Play More, 196 total with taxes and fees, 4 lines, stuck in a 3-year contract with 2 free iPhone 12s and 1 iPhone 13. Little Tech Kid, I have great news for you. I crunched all of the numbers in my newest video outlining the Verizon iPhone 14 free deal. Let's see if I can pull that up. This will be like YouTube Inception. Yes, good. This channel is subscribed to the Stetson Doggett channel. That's what I like to see. Best deal for families. Boom. I can pull this up right now. Share screen. We got I always like doing the window because that's more helpful to me. We'll pull this up. This is for you, Little Tech Kid. Show on stream. Just launched this video. I'll full screen it so you can see it. And I am highlighting in the video exactly the plan you are on. the Verizon 5G Play More and Do More plan. This is if you're taking advantage of $800 of trading credit to get the new iPhone 14, but the same thing is going to apply for your iPhone 12s and your iPhone 13, okay? Why is this such a good deal? Because you're essentially getting the baseline iPhone for free. If you happen to upgrade the storage or whatever, that's totally fine. This option is still the cheapest. You can see it's grayed out, but 5G Start is actually going to be more expensive because you don't get as much trading credit with that plan. US Mobile Unlimited Premium, as much as I love US Mobile, it would still end up being more expensive because you're only getting $220 of trading credit. And this is assuming you are trading in an iPhone 11. So US Mobile could fluctuate depending on how frequently you upgrade and what you're trading in. But I think, Little Tech Kid, I think stick with your plan. And all you do is just upgrade every 3 years. And if you wanted to, what you could do is you could alternate what line upgrades, right? So you could do one line 1 year. And it looks like you kind of did this. So like your iPhone 12s, you can upgrade those to the iPhone 15 when it comes out. The iPhone 13, you can upgrade to the iPhone 16 when it comes out. I would just do that. It really helps the it really helps the code. It really helps the overall cost. All right, I see Dennis in the live chat. He needs the sign-in code. Oh my golly. All right, well, Dennis, I will get that to you. Thank you for tuning into the live stream. Let me pull that up so you can get access. It's because it's a new computer. Classic. So here we go. That's absolutely hilarious. Did he text me and my messages are just muted? Yeah, that's exactly correct. Boom. I go hard in the paint, everyone. If I'm doing a podcast or a live stream, everything is on mute so my attention can be here. What else? Delta Team 22. I still like the plans with Visible. Yes, Visible's plans are an outstanding value. The one con is that the customer service and support has been... It's an area that Visible needs to improve. All right, good news, we have Dennis backstage. Bad news, he's very much fixing, I would say, the framing of his shot. All right, what else we got? Alternate reality. I'm interested in single line prices. Alternate reality, I have great news for you. My video outlines single line prices as well. We'll just go back to that single line section. And here it's pretty clear. Let me make sure we pull it up at the right spot. Just waiting for that. I'll add it to the stream. Boom. This is showing the iPhone 11, and this is it. US Mobile 5 gig plan is going to be your cheapest option for a single line. And if you have, or you need more data than 5 gigs, you just bump up to US Mobile Unlimited Premium, and you're going to be good to go. That is a fantastic deal for a single line and substantially cheaper than Verizon 5G Play More, 5G Start, 5G Get More. And all you would want to do is trade in your device directly to Apple, get your trade-in credit that way, buy your new phone, boom, you're good to go. You could also sell your phone on Swappa if you wanted a little bit of extra credit. But for this example, I kept it as easy as possible because anyone can trade in their existing device to Apple. Oh, man, I see Dennis is getting ready. He's got a nice beanie on today. Here we go. Fix King, let's see. Oh, there he is. Dennis, how's it going? It's still going. Well, I'll keep chatting, and when Dennis is ready, he'll pop in. Daniel, I've stuck with my plan too. 3 lines, all unlimited talk and text. Each line 35 gigs of hotspot and 30 gigs of data before it throttles down. $100, no taxes or anything. Daniel, that's a pretty good plan. I'm curious what the carrier you have is, because that's really good. Alternate reality. Yeah, if you stick with your current plan and phone and that saves you money, that's awesome to hear. Love to hear that. Oh, Aaron, if it wasn't for T-Mobile employee Family Choice Max, I get more of a discount for the Max plan than an insider code. I go to Verizon. Yeah, it sounds like you have a fantastic deal, Aaron. And the good news is that T-Mobile Magenta Max, if you saw my best iPhone 14 deals video is actually my number one pick for the best overall deals on the new iPhone 14. Um, Absolutely a fantastic plan and a great value. It's a little bit more expensive for single line users, but for families, it's just out of this world. Like knocks it out of the park. Ho, welcome. We got Y Mike and we got Insane Fire 10 YouTube in the chat. Eduardo, I don't know how you pull this off. Magenta Max for $17.50 a month. One line of use. Eduardo, that's less than Mint Mobile's 10 gig plan. Oh, there he is. Dennis, are you good?
I am finally good, I think. I got audio now. For some reason, I wasn't getting audio, and now Mike is working. Although I noticed my lighting looks horrible because there is a gigantic PC case blocking the whole red light, right light.
Well, I'm sure you can figure that out.
Another day.
Another day. For now, we are excited to have you here, and we have an exciting show lined up. So, Dennis, should we tap the brakes on the sticker switch, the fan discussion, and get ready to dive into the full podcast episode?
Absolutely.
Sweet. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the 88th ever episode. Is it really we already had the episode in this? Anyway, welcome to the episode. Today we're talking Boost Infinite, the Boost Infinite Unlimited plan, which has leaked. We might have some inside details on the price point of this unlimited plan. We're talking Visible locking in Party Pay October 18th. That's going to be next week. Red Pocket killing their annual plans on T-Mobile and Verizon. And we have an update on AT&T C-Band. Apparently, it's actually rolling out and available. I can't believe it. And yes, as some of you were talking about before, Young Dro, the Spectrum Internet Bundle. That will be a huge topic for discussion towards the end of the show. But for now, Dennis, how are you doing today?
Doing great. It's been an interesting day. Very happy, though. As I said, PC assembled. As you can see, dealing with the territory that comes from a new PC. So we're breaking her in.
I like it. I like it. This is the first official live stream with the new PC. And it's great that you got it built. I'm excited to hear more with the Patreon exclusive live show that happens right after this. But for now, Dennis, should we start with Boost Infinite, the unlimited plan, the title and thumbnail, and what's happening there?
Yes, please.
All right. This is what we got. Boost Infinite. They have been hyping this up on Twitter. In fact, I should almost Twitter Boost Infinite. They have just been going bananas on Twitter, hyping their service up with just unbelievable amounts of tweets and no information. We've got them dissing Verizon for automatically enrolling people in phone protection. We've got them dissing Verizon for plan increases and price increases. We've got Boost Infinite, no hidden fees. Look, they've been hyping this up. We know absolutely nothing. They keep sending us to this website with nothing. Nothing. Look at this. Nothing. Get on the list. That's all you can click. And this should actually be, like, you shouldn't have to click to get this. Like, this should just be on the site. Anyway, we got our first inside look from Reddit. And basically what this is a trademark filing. And Dish, or I guess Boost Infinite, has trademarked the following keywords. The notable ones are going to be this one right here. Unlimited for $25 per month for life. There's a couple variations of this. We got $25 a month, 3 5G networks, 0 strings, unlimited for $25 a month for life, half the price. So, Dennis, what does this say to you?
What it says to me is I think that Boost is going to have a $25 month unlimited plan of some form, unlimited plan, and that they're going to give it to you for the lifetime that you keep the plan.
That's exactly correct. And I think the other thing here is this one right here. Unlimited for $25 a month for life, half the price. And there was some speculation on Reddit that this phrasing, half the price, could indicate that the $25 a month price point will be a promotional price, a launch price, an early adopter price, something along those lines, and that the full price, the retail price, will be closer to $50 per month. Now, Dennis, let's assume that this plan is in fact $50 per month. What do you think Boost Mobile or Boost Infinite is going to include with their $50 unlimited plan?
I think they're going to include unlimited priority data on device, unlimited hotspot, and unlimited domestic roaming on all three networks, being Dish's network, T-Mobile's network, and AT&T's network.
Wow. Wow. I would honestly be blown away if that was the case. I'm skeptical. I'm unsure if Boost Infinite is able to pull off a true unlimited data plan, which it sounds like you think they will be able to do.
Well, I say that because we already know for a fact that's what they're currently doing already, right? Like for people that have been able to get onto the beta, that's the plan they've been offering to people.
That's actually a really fair point. This is the Project Genesis plan you're referring to, correct?
Correct.
So for that plan, $30 a month, and you get basically just full unlimited data, and you can roam on AT&T. Are you able to roam on T-Mobile with that plan, or not yet?
Yes.
You are. Wow.
And Verizon.
Dang. That's amazing. So I would say, based on that information, yeah, I think I agree with you, Dennis. I think I see Project Genesis as the beta. Like they launched a separate brand and made a separate experience for a beta. And then I think when Boost Infinite launches, Boost Infinite will be the maturity of Project Genesis. Like that's what it's going towards. They will launch that, and hopefully everything will be more fleshed out. And then it'll be $50 a month because you're no longer an early adopter, except for maybe the promo $25 a month. What do you think about that, Dennis? Like, do you see Project Genesis sticking around? Do you see that becoming its own brand? Like, where do you see this going? Because it kind of seems like we're looking at the same plan with different branding on it.
I think Project Genesis has the potential to stick around. I mean, they went out of their way to actually buy like a domain and everything like that, so I can't imagine them just like tossing it out. But I think what it will kind of transform into is kind of like an insider program, right? Like, you know how like Apple has like Apple developer program, and different tech companies, have their own types of things like that. I think that's what Project Genesis will be for. It'll be kind of like the MVP, kind of like this is for stakeholders or shareholders that are developing other future products for Dish in case they want to test out something, so that way they have that like safe space to kind of like experiment with things.
100%. Yeah. I could totally see that. And I could see Project Genesis sticking around as like, we're beta testing this with a core group of users. And then the consumer facing brand is the Boost brand. And it seems like they have that with the Boost Mobile, just like regular prepaid plans. And now with Boost Infinite, that'll be like more of a flagship unlimited plan. At the same time, Dennis, I'm kind of concerned. And I see some people in the chat with like Daniel's thinking it'll have 50 gigs of priority data. Just a guess. Snark Mark says 35 unlimited gigs, LOL. And the reason I'm a little concerned is if we look at Ting's plan, their unlimited pro plan is very similar in price, $55 a month, and it is only 35 gigs of data with 18 gigs of hotspot that deducts from that 35 gigs. So, yeah, I guess I would be kind of concerned, and my initial reaction would have been this. But now that you mentioned Project Genesis is literally what they're doing, and it already has everything, yeah, I think that totally checks out. And do you think it actually will come down to $25 a month, or do you think that, like, what do you see going on here?
I think that's going to be targeted. Like, I think that's going to be specifically targeted in future areas where Dish lights up the network. So for like maybe that first month or two or something like that, for like early adopters to get them to switch, they'll get the deal, and then it'll just transition to that normal $50 price point.
Gotcha. So that makes a whole lot of sense because like on network use costs them substantially less than the roaming use. So in markets where they have the Dish network, maybe like Las Vegas is a prime example, they can afford to do $25 a month for life, because odds are most people who sign up are going to be sticking around in the area using the Dish towers. It costs them way less. So there you go. Damn. That's pretty good insight, Dennis. I like that. Um,
Just using context clues.
Using the old noggin. Yeah, I like
Also,
it.
Stetson, I don't know if you have the Discord open, but if you could check it, that'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah. You don't have access to the document?
Yeah.
Here, let me see. Are you not signed into your.
I am signed in. You just don't have it actually in the shared Google Drive. You put it somewhere else, I think.
It's definitely in the shared drive.
It's
Well,
definitely not.
all right.
It's
I'll
okay. I don't need
this,
it. Documents aren't needed, I guess.
and I'll share it. General
Joking aside, while you're doing that, you guys are absolutely killing it in the comments tonight. I'm loving all these chats. I am reading them silently as I listen to Stetson and do the show, and it's great to see so many friendly faces.
Sweet.
But
Dennis, where are we heading next?
well, you just spoiled it for them. I think we're heading to whatever was just shown up on the screen.
Let's head to Red Pocket. Here, I'll pull that off.
Okay.
Red Pocket. What's going on with Red Pocket? We'll make this one pretty quick. They've discontinued their annual plans that are on Verizon and T-Mobile. So the only ones that are available are for new lines on the GSMA network. And this could indicate, I don't know, annual plans may be going away, but I think the annual plans will stay, but it definitely seems like they are going to be AT&T only. So if you check out Red Pocket's website, they're doing a fall sale or whatever, annual plans, you can see that these are the options. Honestly, really, really competitive pricing. Okay. 3 gigs a month for $12.50 a month. That's great. 10 gigs for $18.75, probably closer to $20 after all taxes and fees. 25 gigs for $25. Again, fantastic. 100 gigs for $32. That one's kind of insane.
Dude, that is the heavy data users like dream plan right there, with a couple assumptions being made. This assumes that you can use the 100 gigs however you want. Stetson, please tell me that's the case.
I am not 100% sure, Dennis. All right, let's see. Here we go. Works with AT&T phones. Keep your phone. It just says 100 gigs of high-speed data. I think hotspot is available, but I don't want to be wrong. Like, it doesn't explicitly say that.
If hotspot can't be used for the 100 gigs of data, then that plan's a flop.
Yeah, that kills it.
If it can be, though, that plan is awesome and legendary, because honestly, that works out to being cheaper than getting 100 gigs from AT&T directly for like a normal hotspot data plan, which would be great for someone that like lives out somewhere where maybe their internet connectivity isn't too good. Honestly, this is cheaper than what T-Mobile Home Internet Lite charges for 100 gigs of data.
Get roasted, T-Mobile Home Internet Lite.
I wasn't trying to roast, but
I'm just so saying. True. It's like, yeah. But there's a big if. Like, we don't know for sure. Let's see. I opened up the Best Phone Plans website in one of these tabs.
Well, while you're pulling it up, I'll just say I really don't care about Red Pocket dropping Verizon, because I feel like Verizon has a lot of good MVNO choices at this point, with Visible and everything else now being decent.
Yeah. Well, it's just for the annual plans. So it's if I go here and I do annual, these are the plans that get updated. So before they used to have some budget options that were like $5 on AT&T and T-Mobile, $9 on Verizon and T-Mobile. Like, those were pretty good for lighter data users. Looks like the $15 3 gig plan and $23 10 gig plan, those were AT&T exclusive. Same with the $30 plan. And wow, Dennis, it looks like they actually dropped the price. I have $38 listed here, and it looks like Red Pocket is listing it for $31.25. Oh yeah, it's on sale. Look at that. That's amazing. Oh my god.
And it's for double the data that you have listed. You had 50 listed and it's 100.
Oh my god. I'm just so outdated. This is just embarrassing. I gotta fix this. It looks like I have hotspot marked as included, Dennis. So I would say, if I'm gonna flip a coin, I would say yes, it's available.
Oh, Daniel said he found the details for the plan for us. He said it's not included.
It's not included. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for finding that. Rip. Let's see. Eligible devices, learn more. Is there any? There's nothing else on this specific page that I feel like I can click on. FAQ, Red Pocket, check coverage. I
Wait,
don't know.
wait a minute. Wait, you copy and paste about what happens after you go over the 100 gigs in the deep prior. This doesn't have to do with the hotspot, Daniel.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's available. All right. Let's check out the other plans. These are the super cheap ones. It looks like they're actually still available. GSMT on the T-Mobile network, and this one's on all of them. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like they're all still available, and it's just like the higher data bucket plans are on AT&T. My guess is that is because Red Pocket has way better rates with AT&T right now, where they just bought like a bunch of AT&T data and were like, oh, we don't know what to do with this. Let's package it up and sell it as annual plans. So, yeah, just something to be mindful of. I think Red Pocket is a reasonably strong AT&T MVNO. The only issue I've had with them is that sometimes their data speeds are capped at 75 megabits per second. And I don't know if that has to do with like using an older APN versus like an updated APN or using a different APN, or if that's just the case. Personally, I've had better experiences on Boost Mobile of all carriers on the AT&T network. Now, granted, I'm not interacting with customer service in either scenario, but I think just like out of the box, getting things set up and working, I think Boost Mobile is actually a little bit better of an experience right now.
Hey, Stetson, quick question for you, my friend.
Yeah.
Does Red Pocket have support for the full 5G suite on AT&T?
Yep. Everything AT&T, I think initially was like we're gonna make people pay for 5G, and then they realized that was dumb. And now I think, as far as I understand it, 5G is available on most AT&T MVNOs. So I think I got it on Red Pocket and Boost when I was testing those out.
And that's on cap speeds, right? Because I think Red Pocket was the one that used to cap at 75.
Yep. So Insane Fire 10 YouTube is coming in clutch right now. LTE is capped at 75 megabits per second. But he ran a speed test on the new iPhone, got 250 megabits per second on 5G plus. So I think I would say Red Pocket, from my most recent experience, does cap at 75 megabits per second. I'd keep that in mind. But it seems to get access to the full suite of 5G, and Boost Mobile, full uncapped speeds, and yes, 5G access.
I mean, Boost Mobile, I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. Boost Mobile, though, would be the better option. Although, do you know what's better than both of them combined?
What, Dennis?
Cricket, baby. Where's Lucky at in the chat? It's all about that cricket.
Cricket's really good. All right, get out of here. Pop up. Oh, wait. See all plans. No thanks. What a garbage website. I think I say this every time, and the website doesn't change.
You do.
Use my phone. Let's do the annual plans. They don't have anything that high, though. Like, their top tier is $25 a month for, I think this is 35 gigs. Wait, where'd I go?
It's 25 for
It's 30 gigs.
30 gigs.
Or no, this one might be 35 gigs and then 12 gigs of hotspot data. I can't remember.
Well, they have another one that's like 30 gigs.
I think this one's 30. Yeah, no, I think this one's 35 and 12. And then the other one is like 30, but no hotspot.
Correct. That's the new one. That's like price for life forever.
Yeah, that one's actually pretty good. It's this one right here. Get it now. You gotta go to the special landing page. Yeah. Boom. This one's 30 gigs. No hotspot, though. I've decided for me, that's a deal breaker. I've needed hotspot enough times where it's like, it's worth, for me at least, to pay a couple extra bucks a month to get hotspot data.
I love how you've come full circle on this, Stetson, because not that long ago, I mean, it was a year, but we did a plan comparison. And if you remember when we were doing our voting, you said, hotspot wasn't that important. And you valued having, you valued something else over it. You were like, I'd rather have more data than have the hotspot or something like that.
It could very well be. I've changed. Hotspot's important to me personally. And it needs to be fast. My my terrible essentials plan is terrible.
You're still on that?
I don't want to talk about it, Dennis.
Wait, no. You brought it up. I'm sorry. This is how the best phone plans get spicy. Explain yourself right now. Why are you still on that garbage plan?
Well, Austin was super nice and donated for me to switch to the plan. So I switched to the plan thinking Easy. I'll review it in a month and then I'll switch off of it. And it's been like 6 months. And so I'm still on it. I'm
I
paying.
thought you went to Magenta Max.
That would have been nice. I'll tell you that right now. But no, it's awful. Okay, well, I'll give a mini review here. Here's why I haven't switched yet. Number one, the billing date and no, like when the bill is paid is different from when the data resets. So that has just confused me throughout this period of time. Number two, I want to do a video on how fast the 1.5 megabit per second speed cap is. To make that video, I first need to use the data, then have the throttled speeds, and then make the video. But if I use all my data, then my speeds are throttled for the rest of the month, which absolutely sucks. And so it's been this like, I kept pushing it back is the bottom line. So yeah, I've been meaning to make content on it. I have not. I've been prioritizing other content, and here's the thing, it gets the job done. If you were to ask me to compare this to my Mint Mobile plan, it feels the same to me. Okay. I never really go over 20 gigs. It feels the same, but it's also 3 times more expensive, which makes it terrible. So there you go.
Okay. Well, hey, we were talking about AT&T 5G Plus before we got on that side tangent. I think this is a great time to talk about the good news coming in from the Death Star network themselves. Specifically, 33% of AT&T's traffic, 5G traffic, is now going over their C-band network.
Yeah, I actually want to hear from the chat. Have you ever connected to AT&T's C-band network? Have you ever connected? We'll expand it. Have you ever connected to AT&T 5G Plus at all, even just once? And we'll talk about this. So this is
all
coming
the time
from Dennis, Mr. AT&T. I don't know where I was going with that. You live in like the AT&T universe over there. It's like AT&T saw Pittsburgh and they're like, "Oh my God, Dennis lives there. We gotta light this up," and they just put 5G plus everywhere. But yeah, this comes from Mike Dano. Really great report. Key takeaways. All right, key takeaways. AT&T's 5G transmissions have increased, up 4.6%. They're now getting about 30% of their network traffic over AT&T C-band. So about 30% is on AT&T C-band. About 70% is going to be on just AT&T 5G, your low-band 5G. Average download speeds have increased, which is amazing, but unfortunately not that much. So they increased by about 17.3 megabits per second in average 5G download speeds between March and September of 2022. Average 5G download speeds increased by 34.6%. So it wasn't a huge increase, 17.3 megabits per second. And the average speeds on AT&T C-band is, let's see, 113.
Hey, darn it. I was going to say, before you show it, we should have guessed first.
Well, I read the article.
Oh.
So I knew it. And I put it in the notes of the document. But
well,
yeah,
I didn't look.
What's your take on this? You've been able to connect to AT&T 5G Plus. What have your speeds been? Because I saw this number and I was shocked. I was like, how are the average speeds 113 megabits per second? I would have expected when I connect to Verizon, I'll hit like 200 on the low end and I'll hit like 900 on the high end. So the fact that AT&T was averaging out at 113 megabits per second, that just seems so low.
Nah, it's actually pretty spot on, to be honest.
Oh, no. What, Dennis? What is happening?
So, okay, here's the scoop, right? In my experience with 5G Plus, 5G Plus basically performs like a really good LTE. And by that, I mean, if you've had the pleasure or the joy of experiencing like 7-way carrier aggregation like AT&T loves to do, you basically get that on the downstream performance of the download speeds, and your upload speeds take a hit. So for me personally, I actually tend to prefer not to be connected to 5G Plus. I'd rather actually be on the dedicated N5 low band because I get much better upload that way while still getting the carrier aggregate with all the other low band all the other LTE frequencies. That's been my personal experience. In fact, I actually get better performance typically on LT because of the fact of that. But anyway, listen, the reason why I brought up the carrier aggregation analogy is because you will know that in order to get those awesome speeds on AT&T, like I'm talking like the 400 meg kind of speeds, you'll know that you need to basically be pretty close to the cell site and have really good signal strength. Otherwise, all those extra layers of carrier aggregation actually might slow you down a bit. Right? Like maybe that band 30 connection isn't too strong and it's actually reducing your uplink performance because it's trying to use it. And it's the same thing with 5G plus for AT&T. Like the range hasn't been really that good in urban. It shines a lot better though the further you get away from the city, which has actually been my experience with all of the mid bands. So Verizon's C-band deployment, T-Mobile's N41 deployment, and AT&T C-band all seem to do much better when you get out of the city. And I think that's what's causing AT&T's issues because most of AT&T C-band is being found within cities.
Interesting. Yeah. It definitely seems like they're having a slower rollout. They were waiting for equipment and stuff. And yeah, it seems like the cities just aren't quite as good. I feel like Longmont's a city with 100,000 people, but it doesn't feel crowded. It feels like it's pretty spread out, I would say. And I'm getting fantastic performance on Verizon. So I would think hopefully AT&T could achieve something similar. It was interesting
but
to see.
Longmont's an exception, man. Like,
Yeah.
by that I mean Longmont has the luxury of being flat.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Despite being in like a mountainous area, like you have a straight up flat area. And you also have one other advantage that a lot of cities don't have: access to cheap fiber. You have NextLight Fiber providing backhaul for unusually low rates compared to other enterprise locations. And as such, most of your cell sites out there are 10 gig backhaul or better.
Ah, that explains it. That explains it. Well, Dennis, we gotta interrupt the show because we actually just got tweeted at from Boost Infinite. Dennis, they were watching the show. They said very interesting take on the plan. Looking forward to the big reveal. Boost Infinite, me too, my friends. Looking forward to the big reveal.
Hey, Boost, if you're still watching, man, I've been trying to get you guys for a hot minute because I really want to test you. You should definitely reach out to me at DennisBP3 on Twitter because I'd be very much interested in testing out the network and collecting some data for you guys.
It'll be AT&T, Dennis. AT&T is incredible in your area. You'll be
right,
like,
so I'll be able to truthfully say good praises about them. Besides, I actually know I've been paying attention to where your cell sites are, and your cell sites you're putting a lot of your equipment up on those AT&T sites, which means I should have great domestic coverage from you. Anyway, sorry, continue on.
No, thank you. So Boost, I'm excited for you. Yeah, I said make the sign up form just on the website, okay? And you'll get way more conversions. You're welcome. All right, no, seriously, I'm rooting for you. Please release the plan soon, because you're teasing me on Twitter. That's what we got.
Hot take real quick, Boost. If you want to do something that would be awesome, stop geo restricting your plan access like cable. Like, that's one thing that really annoys me that you guys are doing. You guys are treating your wireless service kind of like cable where you have to put in a full address just to see plans. Please don't do that. Let us just be able to actually view plans. And then when we get the like shopping cart or something like that, just tell me I can't get it. Because I'd still be interested in looking instead of having to put in like a Vegas address every time I want to look at Project Genesis. Thank you.
Dennis, I agree so much. Here we go. All right, I think that was our intermission there. What were we talking about prior to that?
We were talking about AT&T's disappointing
AT&T
5G plus performance on average, and we were talking about how you live in this like garden of Eden for internet connectivity.
Amazing. Oh, we got PA speed testing. 5G plus averages 150 megabits per second here. 5G ultra wideband, 300 to 500. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, it just, I don't know. That seems slow to me.
I mean, like I said, I literally get at my house. I literally get faster speeds not being on 5G plus.
That is so perplexing. I mean, I feel like, Dennis, with the 5G hype train going all in and all out, to have slower average speeds than LTE, it feels disappointing. That said,
yeah, but
I would say the flip side of this coin is it just shows how strong AT&T LTE is when you're not where I live.
Yeah, and the other thing I was going to say too here, it's a spectrum question, right? AT&T's LTE side has more spectrum with all the carrier aggregation put together than what's currently available to them for C-band deployment at the moment. Now, once they get access to the rest of their C-band licenses, then we'll start seeing T-Mobile, Verizon levels performance. Because remember, AT&T has only been using 40 megahertz, and there's only like 2 phones on the market that can support the DoD spectrum, which is not on many sites because it required that dual antenna setup. So you
It's
were
true.
losing a lot of spectrum to be on 5G plus. So it makes sense that the speeds would be slower, is what I'm getting at here.
Yeah. Are they going to convert any of their existing spectrum from LTE to 5G, or do they
I would
just need to
imagine.
they need to roll out because they have the 40 megahertz block of C band, and in a couple years they'll be able to roll out the full. What do they get, like 60 megahertz or something?
They got like 100.
100 megahertz. They'll be able to roll out the full 100 megahertz. So that will be there. But you think, like, will they add additional spectrum to that, or will they just keep it at?
Well, let's think about it for a second. They got 100 of regular C-band. Then they got the 40 megahertz of what's still technically part of C-band. We'll call it DoD. Then they're also going to be participating in the upcoming, is it 12 gigahertz? Yeah, 12 gigahertz auctions coming up, right? And they own, and depending on how that plays out, they might end up getting to keep a lot of their spectrum they own from their DirecTV acquisition way back when, right?
There you go. Yeah,
So
exactly.
there's that, and then there's other auctions that I'm sure will be happening too. I mean, look, AT&T is not in a terrible position. They have a lot of resources available to them, and let's not forget they have a ton of millimeter wave. So if push really came to shove, AT&T could just start laying down millimeter wave aggressively like Verizon was doing over those few couple years there in like places like Dallas, which is like their backyard, or other places where they're capacity constrained. And we've seen that millimeter wave can make a big difference of offloading traffic from macros. Like, at least I can say in my personal experience here in Pittsburgh, millimeter wave makes a big difference in downtown Pittsburgh. Even if I'm not directly on it, you can noticeably tell how much traffic has been relieved thanks to those small cells, say in Heinz Field, for example, or PNC Park. Like, the fact that when people go there, they're not eating up the macros surrounding those restaurants has improved performance tremendously for Verizon.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Actually, yeah. Speaking of the competitors, I feel like it's interesting to put AT&T in a context. So right now, AT&T 33% of traffic is over their C-band network. Verizon has about 50% of their traffic over their C-band network. And T-Mobile, they obviously don't have C-band, but their mid-band equivalent, N41, has 70% of 5G traffic. That means over half the time that people are using the T-Mobile network on 5G, they're connected to N41, which is just awesome to hear. And then Mike does a great job kind of summarizing the targets for build-outs here. I think AT&T is hoping to have 100 million people covered by the end of 2022. Yeah, here we go. By the end of 2022, AT&T hopes to cover 100 million people with C-band. Verizon, on the other hand, hopes to cover 175 million people. I think Verizon deciding to go all in on C-band and not get any of the Andromeda spectrum or do anything else, I think really helped accelerate their build out because they didn't need to wait for any additional equipment. I think they're ready to go. They've been deploying it. I'm really excited for that, and they seem to be doing quite a good job.
Hey, Stetson, real quick, by the way.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone else can hear in the audience or if it's just me, but I think your mic is cutting up a little bit. Like you were having like some like camera stutter kind of
Okay, I'll
audio.
keep that in mind. Thank you.
But yeah, I don't know if anybody else heard it, if it was my problem that I need to fix. But yeah, Verizon's C-band is good. T-Mobile obviously had the head start. Hopefully now that they're getting more of their traffic over to 5G like they've been, I hope that we'll see a bigger commitment to basically refarming as much spectrum as possible for 5G and just making that go the way forward. Like, T-Mobile's LTE network was pretty garbage and it's not in a great state right now. So I'd rather them just kind of wean that off as quickly as possible to make more efficient use of their spectrum.
Yeah.
And ideally, what I would love to see, at least here in the Pittsburgh market, is I would love it if they would stop splitting band 71 on 5 megahertz for LTE and 5 megahertz on N71, if they would just convert that all over to NR, that one change would make me incredibly happy.
It really would. It really would. Um, yeah, so that's what we got on AT&T C-band. Anything else you want to touch on this, Dennis? Like, I was actually
Just
shocked to hear that AT&T covered so many people.
just that I'm super excited to see future investments coming from AT&T. They are silent, but they are deadly. And I also want to say that I'm excited about the fact that Brad is coming in with a $2 super chat.
Thank
Said
you so much
T-Mobile
for that.
5G UC is good until you leave the city.
I think that is the T-Mobile network in general, Brad. I kind of hate to say it, but at the same time, like that's what I've noticed. Like in Longmont, T-Mobile superb. When you start leaving Longmont, that's where maybe not quite as good right there. Oh, and also we got an update. John Paul got his iPhone 14 Pro Max yesterday, and he loves it. John Paul, super happy to hear that. I know you were thinking of very different ways of getting that and how to procure it, because I think you live in New Zealand. So hopefully you enjoy.
Yep, and I also got my iPhone 14 Pro Max. I'm trying to do this. There you go. You can see the special little hole.
The little dynamic island. All right, Dennis, the only topics. Oh, we have one good one left. Spectrum's
Yes,
insane internet.
my
Wait,
favorite kind of topics.
we got to spend 5 minutes on Visible. Maybe that's even too much. All right, Visible is locking party pay. I'm going to rush through this. Here's what you need to know. If you're an existing customer on Visible's old plans, you have until October 18th to pick a party and then stay there. I recommend you go to the best phone plans party because we have over 20,000 members and you're guaranteed to get the party pay discount for as long as the parties exist. Now, that said, once you've chosen a party after October 18th, you will no longer be able to switch, and you can still keep your plan, but you won't be able to switch to a different party. Also, if you upgrade to the new plans, which I actually think are quite good and could be worth the $5 extra a month, if you upgrade to the new plans, you're no longer eligible for any kind of party pay discount. You can only take advantage of the referral discounts. After that, one more thing is we expect Visible's old plans to survive until January of 2023. Then there is a high probability they will be discontinued. At least I think so. The reason being is Visible takes time to maintain their own network core, and the legacy network core is obviously getting shut down as they're migrating everyone to the Verizon core. So, yeah, I think you probably have a couple more months left at best. But speaking of best, we got to thank Brad for the amazing super chat. Brad, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I still don't know which carrier works best in my area, and as I can't afford to keep switching to test them all. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I guess, Brad, I feel like I'm a little confused because you can get roughly equivalent plans for similar prices on the networks. So it shouldn't cost that much to actually switch and to test them.
Brad, if I remember correctly, I think you said AT&T is performing well in your area. Like I remember you saying it was good, so I would just stick with that. I think you were having a good time with AT&T because you're from. For some reason, I want to say you're from Pennsylvania.
It's
Like
just,
I feel like I remember you being on like the eastern side of PA. Brad, if I'm wrong, please refresh me. But like I remember you from like Xfinity conversations as well. I think.
Brad's stuck in a contract with Verizon. Brad, I'm sorry to hear
Mm.
that. Yeah, it is expensive to get out of those. Daniel's asking us, do I think Visible Wireless will go away completely and just be the new Total Wireless from Verizon? Visible is here to stay. And the reason I say that is they just updated their plans. They're extremely competitive plans, and they're here to stay. They're targeting the online demographic of consumers who is savvy enough to deal with the online-only experience and who wants to save a lot of money. Total by Verizon is a high-touch experience where you have in-store reps helping customers pick plans, get devices, do promos, things like that. It's basically Verizon prepaid 2.0. So these are two different carriers targeting 2 different demographics of consumers. Also, we got our live stream sponsorship from Joey. Thank you, Team Nebula, the carrier for community of testers. Yeah, so Nebula Wireless is in the process of launching, and you can consider checking them out. They've got affordable plans on the T-Mobile network and are hoping to provide a really great experience with really great customer service and support.
Hey Stetson, real quick, just a quick little like side piece here. Since you were talking about advertising, do you remember when Burger King was doing a marketing campaign where they were actually donating to live streamers to get the word out? That was their ad campaign, and then they took the clips and the reactions from the donations and actually made a proper ad from it.
I have not seen that, but that sounds really funny, like a Mr. Beast thing.
It was funny and hilarious. They did it for a bunch of Twitch streamers. Sorry, when you were talking about what Joey just did with Nebula there, it made me think of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to go into my favorite topic?
Big topic. This is it. Dennis, what are we looking at here?
We are looking at Cabletown, aka Spectrum, become big aggressive with a new promo that gives you 300 megabit per second internet, the Wi-Fi gateway and router, and unlimited cell phone service for just $50.
What is your initial reaction to this bundle discount?
I think it is great for the first 12 months.
I was blown away.
Yes.
I like $50 is like, that's the cost of a just unlimited cell phone plan, right? Xfinity Mobile for a single line, $45. US Mobile Unlimited Premium for a single line, $45, $50. Visible for a single line on Visible Plus, $45. And all of the entry plans from AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon are like $65, $70. So the fact that you're getting an unlimited plan and home internet for $50 a month is outstanding. Like, this is a phenomenal bundle. But Dennis, I think you said exactly what you need to say. Hit the nail on the head. It's only good for the first 12 months.
Now, after the 12 months, the price increase isn't that bad. From my understanding, it's only going to go up to like 75. There you go. Yes. Let's see. Or sorry, 50 plus 30, 80, 85
bucks a month. That's still not too bad. But you pretty quickly, I feel like, are in the territory of like, you could go Spectrum or you could go like Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Mobile, also a great plan. And you get,
yeah, but you're not going to have, like, if you have Spectrum, you're not going to have Xfinity in the area.
Oh,
right?
Okay. So this is who is this targeting? Is this Spectrum going off after Xfinity? If they're not competing, then is it Spectrum just going after like T-Mobile and Verizon?
It's going after Big Red, Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T.
Dang.
Because think about it for a second, okay? Verizon and T-Mobile, Verizon T-Mobile, and AT&T, but Verizon and T-Mobile specifically have been very aggressive with their fixed wireless products and attacking Cabletown. They're like, we want home internet customers. Spectrum's responding and being like, well, hey, we'll eat your wireless customers and we'll keep our internet customers. Because think about it. One postpaid Get More plan from Verizon's like, what, $90 with tax?
Yep.
You already got your internet and the mobile for cheaper at that point.
It's true. It's true.
And if you want the internet from Verizon, it's $25. And if you're lucky, at best, you'll get 300 by 20. That's the speed you get because that's what Verizon caps you on their C-band, right? And notice Spectrum strategically is giving you what speed, Stetson? 300 by 20.
Pretty good.
And that's a guaranteed speed, unlike fixed wireless.
Very good. Very good. We also have more good news, Dennis. Spectrum Mobile dropped the prices of their unlimited plans. So you can now get the basic unlimited plan for just $30 for your first line. Previously, it was $45 for the first line, and then $30 when you had 2 or more. So they had a price drop. That's great to see. And again, 20 gigs of high-speed data before unlimited data at 1 megabit per second, which is basically what I have. I don't want to talk about it. And the flagship plan with 30 gigs of high-speed data and 1080p video streaming is now $40 a line instead of $55 for one line, and then $40 for 2 or more lines. So it seems like Spectrum is really targeting individuals with these price changes and these features. So something to keep in mind for individuals. Of course, I see you in the chat.
Better.
What?
I was gonna say that premium plan's better value in my opinion.
Hey, I don't know. I think if you're getting the base plan with the internet for $50, that's really good. Like that's a really good deal. But outside of that, I don't know. I would consider switching after the first year. I'm just looking in the chat. Looks like Young Dro is paying $70 after the first year pricing, plus 50, which is one Spectrum mobile line. 120-ish is the total cost. Still kind of expensive. EM Tech is saying that $85 just for internet. Spectrum is garbage. I think it really does depend, like what you sign up, or yeah, what you sign up for, when you sign up, what the promo is. We also had one user reporting, just as another perspective. So full price, we were looking at $85
Oh wait,
a
scroll
month.
back up, or scroll back down. I mean,
well, I just want to highlight this really quickly. $85 a month reported here. We had actually a tweet from Breaking Data showing a different cost breakdown, which is a $30 a month discount applied to the unlimited line, and then $25 a month discount applied to the internet plan, which would be way more. Like your bill would go up by over $50, $55 a month.
this is good, but there was something someone asked what someone had asked if you scroll down just like slowly, someone had asked something about what happens if you don't have the internet. Here we go. Zoom in right there. Spectrum Mobile, you're on it. So customers can miss max if they cancel internet service, they'll have to pay an additional $10 per month. So if you don't have internet with them, you're paying an extra 10 per line.
Per line
on the plan.
Yeah. So that's if you
which is actually better than what Comcast charges. Comcast charges you
$25 a line extra. It is, you get wrecked.
And also, someone else had asked, do you have to have Spectrum to get this? Yes. You need to be a Spectrum internet customer to get Spectrum Mobile. Same thing with Xfinity Mobile.
All right. I got to give a huge shout out and thank you to Franco. Franco, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. They're targeting T-Mobile and Verizon fixed wireless. Not worth it after 12 months, in my honest opinion. Great show as always, guys. Yeah, I think the price hike, like for $50, it's an amazing deal. But after the price hike, Dennis, would you get this at the full price? Either, let's assume it's $85. Would you get it for $85?
Yes.
I guess it's not that bad.
$85 is literally what I was paying for one line of T-Mobile Magenta Max at one point, or would be what I'd be paying for one line of T-Mobile Magenta Max, right?
Yeah.
And I'm getting internet and mobile for that same price point.
I would decouple it at that point. I think it doesn't seem like there's any additional savings for having both after the promo period. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Well, your internet costs would probably go up because you would probably lose your multi-line. If Spectrum works anything like Comcast does, which means if they work anything like the rest of Cabletown, you typically get a bundle discount off your internet when you have more than one product. So, like for example, Stetson, like 100 megabit per second internet from Comcast, I think is something like $82 now. If you buy it by itself, no promo, no equipment rentals, just the cost of the service, like $82, right?
Yep.
But if you have some other line of business, let's just say landline, I don't know, something else, right? Then the internet cost for that same internet speed goes down to like $65 instead of being $82. Now you're still paying for the cost of a landline, so your bill is obviously still going to be net more or equal, but the actual individual cost of the line items on the bill, you can see how it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point is like that $50 internet might become $60.
Yeah, I think it's hard to say. It looks like, so the normal pricing that was advertised on Spectrum's website was $50 for just the internet. And then the mobile line we know is now $30 a line. So it doesn't appear to be any sort of additional discount based on what I'm seeing here. And if that is the case, I don't think it's worth it. I would get Spectrum internet for $50 and then I would get a different plan. Like I would choose another option from US Mobile, because then you have flexibility, right? You can more easily switch carriers. You can get a plan that's custom suited for your needs. If you need a different network, it's easier to switch, things like that.
Yeah, but you talk about flexibility on the wireless side, and there's plenty of choice on that space.
Yeah.
But you're probably not going to have flexibility with Spectrum. So ultimately, it's going to be really hard if you're just focused on price and you don't care about anything else. It's going to be really hard to find a deal that works out to being net cheaper, is what I'm getting at. Because, like, let's use Xfinity Mobile because I actually have more experience than them, right? Let's just say Stetson, I got rid of Xfinity Mobile, right?
Yeah.
My internet bill would go up $20.
Well, we're not using that example, Dennis. I was just saying, like, assuming that these numbers are accurate
Hmm.
and that there is no bundle discount, I would
Oh,
decouple it. I would just get the internet, and then I would get like US Mobile. And you can get the unlimited basic plan. That would be roughly similar in cost. You could save money by going with the $15 5 gig plan, things like that. That's what I'm saying. If there is
okay.
a discount involved, then switching, yeah, you're totally right, is different. If there is another discount applied here, like you're saving an extra $20 a month, like if we look at the screenshot here, it seems like there's a potential $25 a month discount. So if that's the case, then I would stick because you're getting good service at a good price and you're also getting a discount on it. So
Yeah, alternatively, by the way, if we're talking about options to switch to, that would be pretty comparable or better than that basic plan, not the premium one, but the basic one. This will be the pick all day. $30
oh
tax
yeah,
fees included.
that would be actually a way better plan. So
Yeah.
I would do that. There you go. Cable Minutes is
Never thought I'd see the day where I'm actually recommending Visible a little bit. I'm really proud of them though. I'll say it again, Visible. I'm proud of you for fixing your at first really bad networking and making it better. Like, I'm really proud of you for making that change. Seriously.
100%. Sweet. Well, Dennis, we are over the hour mark for the live show. Do you want to take a break and then head into the Patreon exclusive stream?
Yeah, but before we end the show, why don't you tell anybody here that might not know about this extra stream?
Yeah, so Dennis and I do an extra bonus stream where we hang out with Patreon supporters. We go live. It's pretty much exactly like this, but it's a smaller, tighter knit group. We respond actively to comments that are coming in. We just get to hang out, chit chat about a wide variety of topics. For this after show, we'll likely be talking about Pixel 7 Pro and also the Pixel Watch. We'll be talking about Dennis's epic PC build, and we have an amazing update to a coverage map that I am working on with a community member on building that will be beyond epic, and I am so excited to share that. So yeah, we hang out. It's super fun, and if you want to join, consider joining the Patreon, and I'm going to be emailing out a link very shortly as soon as this stream ends, and I'll also post it in the Discord so you can make sure you can find it. But yeah, it's super fun. I love it. It's great talking about tech that isn't cell phone plans. So
I love it too. But with that being said, guys, thank you everyone that made out for the normal streams. Make sure you smash that like button before you go. Share your favorite part with a friend. And thank you again for everyone that showed incredible generosity. But I'm Dennis, and this is a good old peace until next week.
peace.